Maybe she'll sit with me while we do this. Okay, so I was doing some uni stuff and I was like, I kind of have a bit of maybe a guide of like how I, oh my god, as to how I like study and like get uni stuff done. I thought I would make a video of my 10 top study student habits, tips, study tips. How I just like stay organized, stay motivated to an extent, and just like stay generally on top of all my uni work. That's what I'm gonna be like talking you through / showing you in this video. I think I'm gonna do like me talking and cutting to like me actually doing it so you can actually see, just to give the video a bit of something. The first thing I've got is planning out your whole week. I know it does sound a bit extreme, but I promise you it will like keep you on top of everything and make sure you actually knowing what you need to do to get it done. I use Notion to do this. I thought I would quickly show you my Notion. I have talked about it in past videos. My back to uni video for this semester showed like my current setup. I recommend Notion. Please use it for uni. It's actually so good for note taking and keeping track of everything. I've got each of my subjects. Underneath I have notes of all of my assignments. The ones that I've got coming up in the next like week or two, I usually bold so that at like the forefront of my mind. Any notes about classes I put, so this week I had less classes due to the public holiday and I put them in little toggle tabs if I don't have classes. I have that I had to catch up on this tutorial, I've got this lecture, and usually I just keep the lectures just staying there and I just change the week. Like I remember that I've got to get them done and I remember if I've done them, because for classes you kind of forget sometimes. And yeah, that's pretty much how that looks. As you can see, I've got my little iCalendar weekly layout. I do use the monthly as well, but I only look at that when I need to. I've got the classes that I've got on, any events that I've got happening. My second thing is having a daily plan. So I use, where is it? I use my paper one. I think paper is better for daily stuff because you don't want to be like writing stuff down and then feeling lazy and taking it off. I don't know. I do one of these every single day. Scheduling things in like the gym, even like shopping, or if you have to meal prep, like anything like that you want to schedule in as well. There's nothing worse than like not estimating that into your time and then you don't get like half the stuff you wanted to done and then you just feel like poo. So I feel like as well, if it's stuff like the gym that like you want to but you don't really want to, if you've written it down it's like more maybe motivating to get it done. My fourth thing, which kind of like plays into the scheduling of your actual day, planning your day to like get harder stuff done first. I know everyone says this, but how I like to think of it is like if I do get lazy during the day, I can do something like a lecture in the afternoon where I literally just have to like take notes from a PowerPoint rather than like getting an assignment done where you have to like actually use your brain. It also gives you a little bit of something to like fall back on if you're like procrastinating. My fifth thing, it kind of like might not apply to everyone, but for me, if I try and like do a study session in the morning and I haven't had some kind of like breakfast or even like a snack, like a piece of fruit, I don't know why, but I just like can't concentrate. I'm sure there's some kind of like sciencey thing connected to this, like about energy and stuff, but I had breakfast this morning and I completely forgot to film it, but I've been studying and I'm getting hungry, so let's make some food. I think we've got like leftover lamb or something, so I'll make like a salad with that. My sixth thing is not necessarily just going to the library, but just changing up your study space. Like my room right now, I've got so many things that I could get distracted by. Like changing up your space as well, it's like makes you feel a little bit fresher. Specifically libraries though, which is what I've written down. When you're like in a library, everyone around you is doing study or assignment work or something productive, and so it kind of like motivates you to also get stuff done as well. Like there's less distractions unless you're with your friends and then you just end up chatting the whole time. That's not ideal. My seventh thing has to do with like other things during the day that you have to do that aren't study. I'm talking things like maybe your room's messy or you have to change your bedding, just little things like that. It's either, if it's something that's going to be at the front of your mind, create a sort of procrastination cycle, just like do it. Otherwise there's no point of just procrastinating when you could have just gotten it done. If it's something, for example for me, like cleaning my room, I use it as a study break. It's like a bit more of a rewarding break as well than like scrolling scrolling on your phone. And then the other danger with scrolling on your phone in your break is that you might end up like in a scrolling cycle of like, you're on TikTok, you find something interesting, and then you're scrolling through that, and then that leads you to something else, and before you know it, you've like wasted the whole day. I just finished a little study session in Flora, and so as my study break, I'm going to do some house jobs. Before I did start studying though, I did clean my room. I forgot to film it, but that was something that like if I didn't do it, I probably would have gotten distracted. Which is definitely more assignment related, is breaking down exactly what you need to do for the assignment. So I'm about to get started on an assignment. Well, I've already started it, but so I thought I'd show you quickly and actually edit my assignment plan that I've got. I make these super specific so that it's all in one place. You don't have to think too hard except for just doing the work. I'm gonna quickly fix mine up now. This is the general planning process slash part that I'm doing at the moment. Then I've got putting it together. So I've got my intro, I've broken that down into what sentences I'll have. Body paragraph, I've broken that down to the parts, and then I've repeated that for each of the bodies. Then conclusion, same thing. Then I've got the little finishing process. So I've got a box for quite literally the whole assignment. It makes it so much less overwhelming because since I break it down so much, you get through it a lot quicker as well. Even if you make it as simple as just breaking it into even that, like your intro, the 3 sentences, body, as I showed. My 9th task is using some kind of like pomodoro or study app, I guess. I use, you've definitely heard of it, it's Flora, the little planty app where you set yourself a study time. I usually do 25 minutes because I find this is the best, like get enough work done but then still not leave it long enough that I start getting distracted. So you start it, and then basically if you go into any other apps on your phone, your plan dies and then your study session's over. Then my 10th tip is, oh my god, the cat's about to like knock the tripod over. To do with the like flow state. Basically that's where you like do something for 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes I think it is, and by then you'll be like in the zone. So there's something you really want to do, just like sit down and force yourself to do it for like say even 7 minutes, because that's like in between. By the end of the 7 minutes typically you should be like fairly in the zone to like keep going. So say for like an assignment, what I usually do is like a brainstorm, especially if it's starting assignments, because we all know that's the worst part. So this is an example of me trying to get into my flow state, which sounds so silly, but basically I just jotted down like the topic sentence or like topic idea of all of my paragraphs, and then underneath started listing like what I'm going to talk about, and it just got me like in the headspace of the assignment. Anyway, basically do something for 10 minutes and force yourself into it. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed these tips and I hope they're helpful. Obviously if there's anything that doesn't work, don't use it. Yeah, basically that's it. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to. If you have any ideas of videos, let me know, and look at my socials because they're linked in the description of the video.